Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you, so thank you so much for joining me today. Now we are on the 31st of July 2022. It is a Sunday, the day of the sun, and we have got a couple of interesting transits today. Mercury in Leo opposite Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. Mercury in Leo gives us the opportunity to be really forthright with how we feel, and communicate how we feel, being quite upfront with how we feel, being open and loving, but also putting our own needs first, right? With it being Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, though, there's a possibility that we may be so focused on what we want that we are ignoring others. And we're also ignoring external factors as well, other considerations. So there may be, a possibility where you may say something that you might regret. So just be aware of that. Saturn will wake up soon. It will come out of retrograde very soon. So when that happens, you will be able to reaffirm your obligations, reaffirm how you are with others in a much better way when you are out of the transit. When Leo is in this space, when it's in Mercury, it's about the self. It's about who we are, and about us being kind of number one, as opposed to us really considering others. So just be mindful of that. The Sun in Leo trining Jupiter retrograde in Aries. Wow. Just try to keep everything in perspective, because Sun in Leo trining Jupiter retrograde in Aries, there may be a tendency to, again, overexpand. There's this sense of like, we're in this power, we're in this strong Leo energy, but there may be some kind of tendency to just go a bit over the top. But what I would also say is that your sense of positivity is really good. So just try and keep your vibrations high. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about you speaking high, being impeccable with your word, saying nice things about people, remembering good things about people. If somebody pisses you off in some respect, always or just try and direct your thoughts and your energy and attention towards being compassionate towards them, taking the higher ground. This is what it's about. Leo is very, very good at doing this. They're very good at being compassionate in that way, even though that they do put themselves first. But it's that whole thing. I do this meditation, which is really useful, or I refer back to this actually. I don't do it personally, but I think it's really important to remember that, because I've got it ingrained because I followed it so many times. But the idea that the heart pumps fresh blood to itself before it pumps it to anybody else or anything else in the body. It doesn't pump it all around the body and then it gets to the heart. The heart does it to itself first, makes sure that it's really strong to be able to do its job, and then it pumps it all around the body. So this is the aspect of Leo that's really, really strong. So yeah, if we just kind of keep that in mind, that we're not being selfish, we're just nourishing ourselves first so that we can nourish everybody else in the way that we want to, and in a not so selfish way, in a compassionate and loving way, and a full way, full. We can make sure that we're on the right track with these transits. Okay, let me get on with today's reading. I just have to sort something out. Bear me 1 second. So my friends, something really funny happened to me. Like, my ears get really blocked up. They start to go all funny, like I'm underwater. And I was like, right, I was talking and I couldn't hear, and I had to like go onto Dr. YouTube and have a look at how you can unblock your ears. So I was just doing some facial exercises to help myself unblock my ears. How funny, so that I could hear the message clearly and succinctly. So with that being said, let's see what the cards have to say for us today. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to communicate to the collective today? Now these cards don't jump really. I'm reusing the Tarot of Litha. So I will have to do it in the traditional way. This is the way I used to do it before. We used to get jumpers. The High Priestess. The Queen of Swords. The Hermit. The Nine of Cups. Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, Death reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed, the Nine of... that's the King of Cups, and that's the Nine of Cups. And the Seven of Cups reversed. Wow. So interesting when I'm laying them down like that as well, because of the intention. And these cards are so lovely that you have to treat them with so much respect. And the artist, can I just say, is really lovely as well. I've done a walkthrough of these readings, of these cards, if you want to check them out. But yeah, the artist is amazing. She gave me permission to use these here, so I'm so grateful. Wow. Oh God, this sword, I love this sword so much. It features actually in one of my other tarot decks as well. It's an Arabian sword. And it's really interesting because when you use this sword, you know, the reason why it's curved is because it inflicts more damage, or why it's wavy. It's actually more dangerous. And it's really interesting how we have this massive eagle as well that's going on there. We have the Page of Wands reversed, and we also have the King of Cups reversed. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Death, Hermit. There's still some inner work that's going on. It's not like it's, you know, even though we've reached like a kind of release and a success, and, you know, it's you know, it's almost like, do we get any respite from this stuff? You know, it's almost like an ongoing process. And I think if we keep in mind that we're not going towards a goal, this is just how we manage our processes, how we manage ourselves day to day. I think that's how we have to keep things going, because that sense of higher knowledge is very clear. I think it's, you know, it's the way that, that we need to kind of approach this life and also situations. You know, High Priestess, Queen of Swords, Hermit. 3 cards which basically tell you that this is introspective experience. And there's a cold energy, you know. It's cold. It's not something that's hot. And it's interesting with the King of Cups and the Page of Wands there. Reversed, it kind of tells me that there's still some things, and I feel that there may be some triggers. My brother's just doing some work outside. I just need to pause the video for a second. Sorry, there was a bit of noise going on there. Yeah, it's almost like you kind of know that there's still some work to be done, I think, but I'm really like hopeful, because this Ace of Pentacles tells me that you've grabbed the opportunity and you're like, right, I know what I've got to do. I know how I've got to navigate this kind of this terrain. It's almost like you know, you're experienced, you're well versed. 9 of Cups reversed. Oh, sorry, King of Cups. Interesting, because with the 9 it's reversed as well. It's still like a wish that's not fulfilled yet, but that just says to me that the journey is still ongoing. There's still parts of your personality that still need to be matured, also still need to be tempered. The King of Cups here tells me that this is about just traversing the storm, because your mindset is really in order. You actually know that you can get like a bit funny sometimes, like, so for example, like, you know that you can, that things can, you can be triggered, basically. There are situations, places, people, things that can still trigger you. And I think it's understanding that it's not how well you manage to traverse something or how well you manage to meditate. It's the same like in my Vipassana training. It's not about how well you meditate, how much you can keep your attention for so long. It's never about that. What the real yardstick is, what the real kind of fruit of your labor is how you deal with situations when you're outside in the real world, interacting with real people. You know, there's a lot of things that go on about, or a lot of a lot of people that go on about the spiritual aspect of things, but there is no, it's no good for you to focus on the spiritual aspect and the spiritual side of stuff if you can't apply it in the real world. You're just living in a bubble. You're living in a fantasy world that really isn't there. I'm not denying that these worlds and these that these dimensions don't exist. But right now we're interacting in this one. I'm interacting in you with this one. So right now I'm going to communicate to you in this one. There's no point in me communicating to you in another. Don't tell me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I can communicate on those other levels, but there's no point. I need to bring information to come back to this dimension, to this level. It's about the real world in this respect, this 3D reality. And that's what we're looking at here. This is how we can manifest. This is what I'm communicating to you on. And that's what it's about. And I think, there's still some unfinished business here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's also someone who isn't willing to let go of you because you're so powerful. Look at this. I don't know how much more independent that you can get. Like, you've got this, you see the reality of the situation. You're so strong. This is like really strong. Like, nobody messes with you. It's that kind of sense. Like, you can't be messed with. People might see you as being a little bit like standoffish. Either that, or maybe they actually, they are triggered by you. So either you are triggered by them or they are triggered by you, actually. That's more relevant. Yeah, it's I don't know. I see this King of Cups reversed as a trigger, as somebody who's getting triggered and then is getting all their knickers in a twist. That's what I'm feeling. And that's because they don't get what they want. Yeah, and it could also be because you don't get what you want, and it's interesting. My ear is still being blocked, so... yeah, there's something that's going on. But the 9 is reversed. You've got 2 9s reversed. So there's a very incomplete energy. There's still work to be done. But this realization that that your thoughts, like your thoughts create your reality, but you can't think your way out of a situation. Do you get that? Right? It's not about it's about how your initial sense of thinking, your initial dynamic is going to affect this situation. You can't just think that the law of attraction is the only law that exists. There are so many other laws that come into place. You have the whole Kabbalion to look at, and there's other laws that we probably don't know of, So I think that's the kind of sense that this kind of unfinished business of continuing to work. Don't think that you know it all. Because every day I marvel at myself at how much I don't know. As soon as you think you know it just comes, it's like, oh, actually, I don't know anything at all. So there's that sense. But I'm not going to lie, you're pretty high up there. High Priestess, Queen of Swords, the Hermit. The High Priestess is the real embodiment of the divine feminine, the true, the non-creative side of the divine feminine, the pure female aspect, not the one that has conjoined with the male, which would be the Empress. So there's that sense of just being pure, clear. It's interesting how we've got 2 octopuses here. We've got 2 octopuses here. So what does that mean? Octopi are very, very intelligent animals. They're also animals that can go into any place, any time. They can squeeze into the smallest of spaces, and they're exceptionally intelligent. They can also not shapeshift, but they can camouflage in a way that makes them that they can fit in anywhere. So to me here, it seems like there's still some work to be done. And this can be in relation with others. I mean, it could be relationships. It could be with friends. I just think it's with interpersonal dynamics generally, and about how you interact with these people, and knowing that no matter how much inner work that you do, you have to remember that your triggers will be triggered. Your triggers will come into play even more so when you're working with other people, when you're with other people. So it's no good going and sitting in a cave and just like, you know, meditating until you become enlightened. It's about how you interact with others. I've always felt that, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can lock yourself away and you can go and study all the books and all the techniques and whatever. But unless you know how to be compassionate and loving towards your fellow person, there is no way you can tell me that you have got some sense of, you know, enlightenment. Those who are enlightened to me are those who have such unlimited compassion without regard for themselves in a way that is congruent with them, like their own personal values. That's what I feel that is. And I know I'm a hell of a long way away from that, like a really long way. But, you know, we can just take steps towards that. We can just take steps about how we can improve ourselves, how we can give to others, how we can understand ourselves, what we understand that is triggered by ourselves that can help us to be even more compassionate and more giving and more serving to everybody, because that's essentially what it is. It's about serving other people. And this is what this is about, you know, this journey. I feel like this tarot reading is very applicable to what I just said, like in terms of how far like I feel away from it. I feel like there's a certain level that you may have achieved, but there's still some work to be done. Still work to be done. More so with these cards. These, you know, and this exceptional opportunity for you to learn. In fact, with this here, it kind of tells me that you're seeing the opportunity and you not knowing that you know everything. Incredible, right? Incredible. Wow. Oh, amazing. Wow. Do you want to come out as well? Oh God, I think that's enough. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. There's gold there. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, dear. I might have to just look that up because I don't really... I know lead, but I don't know this one. Let me just have a little look. Okay, this deck is amazing. I love it. I love it. Because, like, what I was just saying about lead, I just double-checked. And, you know, lead is that thing that just... It brings you back down. It's like, that's all I can say. It's like, that's what lead does. Lead's like, no. I'm bringing you back down, girlfriend. I'm bringing you back down. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. But don't forget, you're here, you know, the High Priestess, Queen of Swords, the Hermit, you're there, you know, you've got some like really strong stuff, but we've got this King of Cups. So there's something maybe within the Divine Masculine that needs to be healed, I'm feeling, because the Divine Feminine seems to be pretty strong. It's about the Divine Masculine and about healing that. Sora Mystica, Mystical Sister, is about somebody who will come into your life, or some kind of energy, more so a person, somebody that is going to help you. And how beautiful how we've got lead here and then we've got gold here. I think that's incredible. That's why I was just marveling before. And I think, you know, that being able to connect with others in a way that involves no judgment, no criticism, no opinion. It's about you just being with each other, knowing that the other person is there, knowing that there is your soul tribe, the people that you connect with, the people that you want to be with. That's something that's going to really enrich you and help you in this process. It's really interesting. I just noticed that. Wow. So Death here, look, she's got her hands on the golden crown here. So she's you know, in essence taking the crown off the king. So it's taking that gold. So, but it was also reversed. So it means it's not dead yet. So there's something about the Divine Masculine, I think, personally. There's something about the divine masculine that still needs to be worked. I mean, generally on a global level, for sure. And then also, you know, personally. So, you know, the message for today is, which will probably be the title, the battle may be won, but the war is not over. You know, we still have to fight. Still have to work through things. And you know, also that Nine of Cups is also like craving of unfulfilled wishes. When we wish for something, when we strive for something, it throws us out of balance, you know. So how do we manage that? How do we work through that? Very, very beautiful reading. Incredible reading, actually. What a testament to your strength and your knowledge, my loves. What a testament. You know, I really feel like some of you who watch my readings, you astound me, because the cards are telling me what the reading, who is coming to my readings. And it's people that need to receive this message. I mean, I may not get like, you know, hundreds of views, but the people that are coming to see this message clearly are the people who are supposed to see it. So, you know, what an incredible message for powerful, powerful people. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really did. Yeah, I'll speak to you really soon, my darlings. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.